Hi, good evening, guys. I'm just sharing the link. So just need one moment of yours. And then we can start. Just sharing the- Hi, good evening, everyone. Let's see how many people join in. Hi, Srini, how are you? So, guys, hi, Vijay. I'm going to take a couple of minutes. Hi, Nitesh. Hi, Shri. Hi, Abhinav. Hi, Vani. Good evening, everyone. Like, I was not able to do live sessions for some personal reason the last few days. But hopefully I'll be able to uh, do them regularly. Hi, Raghu. I hope you all had a good amount of time. Market is doing really, really great. Uh, Hi, Darish. Good evening. Hi, Tarun. Hi, Sketchmaster. Good evening. I'm doing good. So, sorry, like I was about 10 minutes late tonight. So let's get started. Tomorrow we have another important uh, economic data, which is job numbers. Along with that, we have PPI. Okay, so today CPI, like I am not able to comprehend that. What is the logic? How can it come down to that number? Like, again, but the number is number. They may revise it in the future. I don't know, but 4.8.2, that's a blow up numbers. So whatever the numbers are, they're there. Hi Nilesh, hi Akshat, hi Ajay. So if we go by this, and tomorrow we have core PPI. See, usually PPI is the price of it's like the rate of increase in the prices. So right now, if I go by the CPI, the inflation has cooled off, and if the inflation has cooled off and the prices has not risen, I expect PPI to be much cooler than anticipated. So if you look at the historical PPI month on month, come on, investing.com. Hi, Ajay. So this is historical, right? Uh, let's start from January. January, the PPI expected was point minus one. It came as point minus five. So from January, the purchasers have not in January, not from January, purchasers or the producers have not increased the prices. Like for example, if I'm manufacturing maybe a laptop, I'm just giving a random example. So if the price of the laptop was $100 in December, I have in fact not raised the prices, but I have reduced the price to 99.5. That's January. In February, I did increase the prices. So from 99.5, I've increased to 0.7%, which will be 100. Then in February, I reduced the prices. I reduced the prices more. This is negative in red. Expected was 0.3. It came as 0.2 less. So This is the prices are not going higher. Prices are not going higher. Now, I have no reason why prices will go higher in July, looking at the month of manufacturing. Vani, like guys, can you, Vani, can you try to reconnect and see? Because I think everyone else is getting the audio pretty much clear. So tomorrow, I think that this is the case. Like again, we were worried about CPI to be really hot and it has cooled off. But in real world, like the rent prices have not come down, the food prices have not come down. If you look at the airline ticket, those prices are really, really high. Again, I don't want to jump into how that number is calculated, but somehow based on the used car prices, the price has gone down. I'm like, it's difficult to sometimes understand from the top of these numbers, but the numbers are there. Now, the next question is producers. Are producers increasing the prices? I think so, no. Because if you look at the consumer demand is there, but it's not significant that they are ready to buy at a higher price. So if producers are not passing on the prices, then we should expect PPI to be lower. So my good take is PPI should be lower based on all the data we have seen. And all this negative PPI, it indicates one thing, which is deflation, meaning the prices are not rising, the demand is not growing either. So supposedly, if we go back to the same example, let's say I am Samsung, I made a laptop, I gave it to a distributor. Okay, now distributor want to sell that at $110. Now you are a retail customer or an end user of that laptop. So you have money, but you are not inclined to buy this. So what is causing it? The price is still high, but there are not buyers for it. So they will not increase the price of production or manufacturing. So I assume going with all the CPI, if CPI can come down from 4.1 to 3.3, I think PPI should follow the same. So second thing, from a technical point of view, the market managed to hold 44.95 area, which I mentioned last time. And if we manage to hold that, we should be able to rally on top of it, because that was a really tough area to cross and we crossed it with some strength today. All right, so PPI should be cooling off as well. So let's start from the scan. I'll go with inside day. I'll go with 50, come on. Okay, NQ. NQ is inside day. Let's ignore that. Roblox and coin. So Roblox is something I'm interested. I've been always like I even recommended that. So inside day on Roblox, I'll just make it into a different color so that I can fix it later. I do want to do shop. So instead of Oracle, let me jump onto Shopify, because I'm carrying Shopify. PayPal, I think it has done the job, but we'll still carry it. Meta is good. NVIDIA, Amazon, Adobe, CRM. CRM has done all the job. What else? Let me just try and check on my other bullish candle patterns. No, neither hammer nor morning dodgy star. Let me just try Bollinger Bands and see what comes out. In my personal, I'm just trying to find, because many of them, Sophie, I don't want to touch Sophie. All right, so let's look at the list here. Baba, definitely I want to include. So maybe because of CRM has done its move, I may include Baba. Shopify, Roblox. I do want to include Coin as well. So let me get rid of IWM. IWM has done its job. So Baba. Okay, we'll talk about Coin. All right, guys. So let's get started with ES first. So let's look at ES. Let's look at the ES charts first. Like, I don't know, like since last 2 days, I have seen that Thinkorswim has slowed down a lot. Even the mobile application is really tough. Now, this is the area. So yesterday I mentioned about 44.95. This was that number, 44.94. This was the number which was today back tested beautifully. Or once we break above that, we hit the top of the regression channel. Now, this will be a little tough area to cross, but once we clear that area, I think we are on for a run. And as I said, 45, 47, which was my initial target, will be completing here. If you see this as a bull flag, you will notice that we are just going up and then finally we broke out. So bull flag is right there. We need to clear 45, 47. If we do that, then the next, see, if we do that, I think we are on for a good push on the upside. 45.81 is the next area. So let me just bring back my previous Fibonacci. 49.20, if you see right here, is the 50% Fibonacci. So this should not be a strong resistance, but it should be able to clear and we should hit 45.47, 45.81. And this is the first time we are getting out of this regression channel on ES. In NQ, we have done that. But for ES, I think it's time for it to pick it up and go towards all-time high. If we are able to see, right now, everything is suggesting there's enough buying. So we should respect that and we should take into consideration that, yes, every dip is getting bought. So, and the inflation as per the data points has come down. So why should we fight it? And that's why in the last few days, I have only long positions. I try sometimes SPX puts, but that are like mostly intraday. I do not recommend anybody to carry puts. Now let's also look at the book map. So book map, you can see that between 45.20 to 45.25. And if you look at the charts, this area is 45.20. Like this red line for tomorrow is around 45.20 to 45.25. So in this range, if we clear it, I think we are good for a good run. So if I am looking for a positive, I will say buy above 44.20, 45.20, sorry. We have rallied across. Or buy in dip towards 4495. Stop loss is 4490. Target 4547, 4581. the logic should be breakout. It's a bull flag breakout. Bull flag breakout on daily candle, and strong bounce. Like this is a morning star, which was their morning star continuation, but that's fine. So it's a bull star breakout. Now, if we have to sell below 4490 only. Why I'm saying that? Because this is the area where we have failed in the past, and we like, I don't want to use the term oscillation, but we are actually doing this. So this is a W in making. If we break out tomorrow, the W runs really, really hard, and it's strong, solid, hard. So I'm not in a mood to say we can go short in this market, because if you try to do a short at this point, most likely the short will be very quick trade and market will start to bounce as soon as in like 10 minutes after that. So if you want to short below 44.95, maybe you will see 44.50, 70, 60. I don't see more than 44.40 on the downside for now. If you short here, 44.60 and 44.40. The real actual sell-off will start below 44.40. As of now, we are holding it beautifully, so we should not be worried about it at all. And in the book map, error is showing 45.25, and there's nothing like right here. You will see 45.55, 45 like 50 area, which was this area. Like we had 45.50, 47. So around that area, once we clear 45.25, we do not have any issues on the long side. On the short side, you will see on the book map 44.60 area, 44.90 area. Once you lose 44.90, you will hit 44.60 area. 4500 is really solid support. All we need to do is we need to clear this 45.20 area. Once we do that, boom, we will not be looking back. All right. So that's about ES. Let's go to NQ. Same structure, this similar box. And as like last time we spoke, I talked about the 16,000 area. So this is a good consolidation. It's a bull flag, clear bull flag. We didn't make a new high, and we were consolidating right there. And now it's a bull flag, which is ready to break out. Now, my main data point is JPM's earning. If JPM earnings are really good, I think we're going to blow out. We're going to make new highs pretty soon. All right. And if I go back into 5 years, yep, this Fibonacci cycle is fine. We should hit 15 or 16,000 roughly. And then we'll see from there. Like if you look at all the global markets, especially European markets, Indian markets, Japanese markets, they made all-time highs. And if you compare NASDAQ or if you compare ES, we are back to square one where we were in 2021. So mostly we are trying to be there and we have not made new highs. So probability is really there. Okay. So let's not fight. Now, in this case, because we are coming out from this bull flag area, and we have tested the 12 EMA 267. We have crossed the regression channel and broke. So 1400. Let me just increase. This will be a really good stop. 14,450 or 15,450. We were struggling to cross this in the past few days. See, we tried once, failed, 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 but now we had a close above this. So this should become a really solid support. Now, once you have a support, your target is open, your target is 16,000. And for 16,000, we need a 2% move. And I think that can happen with JPM's earning. It will also push Nasdaq. So 15,450 should be the stop loss. And you can buy between, or buy in, I would say, 15,450 to 75. If you get this, let's make it 425. The targets. So I can do one thing. I can create some more Fibonacci levels so that, because now we are breaking out and we are managing this gap, let me create some extensions. And please note how I'm doing extensions. I'm picking up the Fibonacci extension from the drawing tool. I'm going right here where I last tested my 12 EMA at the bottom, which is also the 78 or 61 point Fibonacci near to that. Going to the top and bringing right here. I'm doing this because I do not have levels in between 16,000. So I will just right click here, edit the properties, and then the Fibonacci extension will be opening. Now I can just go here and see the low of this was 14 to 56. 14 to 56. Like you don't have to do it like point to point, but I love being very fine on my numbers. Now the highest point was 15,475.5. 15,475.5. Now the end point, which was 14,853. And now 15,853. Okay. Now we have levels which we can use in between. Now look at the magic. Again, I just created Fibonacci series in front of you, right? Now look where we were struggling. We were struggling right at the 38.2% Fibonacci. We couldn't close, tested, failing from regression channel. And the moment we close above it with some strength, we just hit the 50 and we close at right 50%. Usually once we are taking a support of 38%, we should ideally hit 61%, which is 15,600. That is our next target. Come on, where is... So 15,600 is the next target. And then after 61, it should be 15,810. Same bull breakout. Tomorrow, maybe Microsoft and others, because for now, in the last 2 days, the big stocks were taking up considerable, like kind of controlled behavior. Maybe tomorrow after the numbers, we might have some push from Nasdaq. Now, in case you want to sell, I would say sell below only if you lose this regression line. So below 425. So sell below, like I would not even say sell. I would say if you want to buy, buy at a dip. 15,318, 15,265. That's the NQ level. 265, I just rounded off to the 12 EMA. 318 is a 38.2 Fibonacci level. If it comes here, just buy it. Now let's go to triple Q. Triple Q today had a gap up, and now it's holding above 161.8 Fibonacci. So let's do one thing. Let's make the same Fibonacci structure for triple Q. Now you see, this is the last time where we hit NQ. In case of triple Q, it was in case of NQ, it was somewhere here, and then we went up. So I'll just follow the numbers from the past. Let me just cancel the extensions so as to make it much more clearer. This was the same picture in NQ. Now we close above this. We are showing some strength, and I am sure we're going to go much higher. So I'm going to try and do the same process. Extensions. Go to the 12 EMA. Go to the top, and then come back to the bottom. You see, right here at 38.2 Fibonacci, we got a push back, and that's where we made a doji. So now you need to just watch. If we clear this, we should be looking at 384, not even like 379, 384. So really, really good potential in triple Q once we clear that particular area. This is similar to 15,475, 485. So here in triple Q, buy above, let's make it a round number, 374. 373.90, so it's 374. Your stop loss should be this line, which should be 372.50. 372.50. You should be looking at 379, 384. All right. Again, the bull flag breakout. On the downside, if you really are interested, try below 371.50. And then it may try to fill the gap. 368.60. And then the 12 EMA, 367. Stop loss is 372.50. So now we have done all the indexes. The idea is clear that we expect this to run and continue the solid move. Now let's go to the individual stocks. Apple. Apple has a doji. Now, when you're coming from 195 and hit 187, which is a 78.6 Fibonacci, finding the support, you can say that yes, the trend is about to reverse. The second way you can do is, I've always recommended, you can choose the Heikin-Ishi candle and you will see the color has changed. It may not be a flat base, but definitely the color has changed. The trend was negative, but the color was changed. Even yesterday, it went to 186, but closed around 189. But still, it was not a positive candle. It was a red candle. Today, it is showing you a doji on the normal candles, but on the Heikin-Ishi, it's telling you I have backtested 12 EMA. I am able to backtest 78, and I'm not giving it up. So let's go higher. So for Apple, 189, which is our 12 EMA, should be our stop loss. So for every trade, always define your stop loss first. 189. Now, this is the doji. So I would recommend if we can cross 190.25, then we should be good for. Once we clear this, we should see 92.65. And then 193.88 or 90. Once we clear 193, it's going to be really, really strong. Now, in this case, because the fall we expected has come down, there were puts which were added, now those closed. Now, in this case, we are saying we back tested, bounced from 12 EMA, dodgy after down move, which clearly indicates I'm in changing the direction. AMD, I have recommended multiple times on my Telegram channel that yes, every time it comes to 110, do not miss it. And this is the 111 area. It was resistance. Now it is acting as a base. Simple. This is resistance. Now this is acting as a base, or people call us support. Just simple theory. Keep in mind, if we are able to follow this, we should be making some really serious money. You need to remember, you don't have to trade every single ticker in the market, but you need to remember the tickers level, whatever you are looking at. Like, for example, I trade Amazon, Tesla, AMD. So I remember those numbers. So whenever you see those numbers coming into picture, like for Netflix, 430 is the key. I mentioned yesterday when the market was down that buy AMD, Netflix, AMD at 110, Netflix at 430. From 430 to 445, Netflix from 110 to 115. Now, AMD should be really, really good setup from here. I assume that 113.60 should be really, really good. Stop loss 113.6. And it has consolidated well in this area in the last few days. I expect 117.6. And then I expect 118, 121, 118.6, 121. Buy near 114.5 to 115. I'm giving it in blue color because I think AMD is ready. AMD is ready, Amazon is ready. Now, AMD has tested previous gap, filled the previous gap, covered the 23.6 Fibonacci strongly, back tested 12 EMA, back tested 34 EMA, and now closed above it. So back testing is done, gap is filled, gap filled, back testing 12, 34, and 23.6 Fibonacci done. All these are bullish signs. And that's why it is in the blue category. So AMD is my sexy trade for tomorrow. Amazon is my next sexy trade. I'm carrying Amazon. So Amazon, you see, it's consolidating really, really in a very tight zone. But if you look at high Kenichi candle, you will see that this is the first good solid flat base after back testing. Until now, we have not back tested anything. Here we back tested, and this is the first morning star from Amazon. And I recommended everyone that carry Amazon 20, 30, whatever lots you want, you will not regret. I don't know how many people followed that, but I think Amazon is getting ready for a massive move for tomorrow. So Amazon is a good positive for me. Let's make it in blue. Positive HA Morningstar. Ready for breakout. what should be the stop loss? It tested 12 EMA to the point 128.80. Now, this should not be the stop loss. This should be the stop loss. You see the top here, the top here, the top here, the bottom here, the bottom here, and the blue line here. This will become a base. This was resistance for so many days. This should become the base. And we should be looking to make some good move on Amazon. The DMIs, if you see, it's all green. Heikinishi is all green. We back tested. We clear up all the areas. Now, what we need to do, we need to fill the gaps. There are gaps on Amazon. The gaps are right here. This was a gap. The gap at 136. So the high here is 131, which was filled. Let me just. So this was the gap 131 and this was 136.40. So this gap needs to be filled. Like people talk about gaps on the pre-market, after the market hours. That's not going to be accurate. It's always the regular market hours. If you do on the charts, then the gaps are fine. So we should be able to cross and see the value of this 131.4. The high here is 131.4. This was acting as a bloody resistance. It was not allowing Amazon to cross. If you come back to today, you see the high 130, high 131, 131.5, 130, 131.5, 131.25, 131.85, 131.4, 131. So the moment we cross 131.4, or if it opens above 131.4, do not sell Amazon for the day. Do not even think about it. And that's how you're going to compound money on your trades. If you find these kind of setups, they are going to break out. The only way you're going to make good or big money is to hold your positions. Do not lose. Try to hold profit for some time. And when you see something like this, like I gave you example of Shopify today. I leave it in my Telegram community that yes, you need to take your positions. If you're carrying Shopify, you will not be disappointed tomorrow. I'm telling you that. So here my clear area is 136, which is right there, and then 140. 136. And guys, if you 136.5, if you find these inputs valuable, please make sure you use them in the future on your own. Like I may not be there, you may not be here. It's better to focus and learn on your own. Okay, that's why I'll try to do this. I love doing it, but I would encourage you all to do it on your own. Adobe. Adobe is right here at Fibonacci level 509. Now, what it was doing after the earnings, it had really good earnings. And after the earnings, it tried to back test 12 EMA. It did right here. And once it back tested, it started to break out. Now it's 38.2 Fibonacci area. Adobe has a habit of giving you good moves, big moves. So keep an eye on this. If it crosses 509, 521 is coming. And I expect 521, 534 on Adobe. So Adobe, I'm just giving it neutral because it's at the resistance. So need to break out above 38.2% fib, and then it's done. That's why it's neutral. Stop loss is 50. Let's take the high. And guys, give me a like if you like the content and share this video. I usually don't want to say those stuff, but that gives me motivation, right? So anybody who's watching, just if you like what I'm doing, just give me a like. We have like how many? 50, 60 people. So yes. 505 is the stop loss. Let's go by above 510. 521. 534. Good. CRM was my another best setup. Exactly same thing happened with CRM. Hammer and then boom, 221.90 was my number, and you saw it was not able to clear this number until yesterday. But once it cleared, it didn't look back. Okay. Massive consolidation, breakout. Learn whenever there is massive consolidation, it's going to break out or break down. We just need to follow. We do not have to assume anything. We just need to follow. Now, in this case, the next levels are far. So let's do the same simple logic. Define the new numbers. So let me just cancel the previous extension so that we have clarity. Last time we hit 12 EMA before consolidation was this point. No, let's go here and create extensions because we are looking for the forward moves. Tick, tick, and then the low point. Now, let me just to validate, it was finding resistance at 38. Once it cleared 61, it almost 200. So all the rules which I have explained, they're working nicely here. So 225.60 or 225.75 is a good stop loss area. CRM is good. 225.75. Buy near 228. 231. If it crosses 231, then I think the gaps, yeah, if it crosses 231, then 238, 231, 238, and into the gap. Breakout continuation. Fill the gap. Google, this is the last big stock which has not shown its strength. Now, this is really, let me just check on Heikin Ishii before I make anything bad. No, the Heikin Ishii is telling me flat base trend is changing. Let's respect that. Like here, you will see a doji. So let's do one thing. Let's cross 119.50 and try a long position. Let's remain this gap. If this gap is there, I think we should be fine. So buy above 119.50. Keep a gap of 117.70, 122.35, and 124.60. Google is not showing strength. Today it was, but still it's not showing that kind of strength, which it should by now. So thank you for giving me likes, guys. Thank you. 23 people at least give me like. Baba. So I'm kind of on the backseat. I want Google to cross 122. If it does, I'm going to swing Google. You can see DMI is getting neutral to negative on Google. On the other hand, Amazon, AMD, the DMI was solid. Then we have Baba. We carried Baba yesterday, and now we hit the top 94.94 band. And again, 38.2 Fibonacci, exactly where I mentioned to close Baba positions. If you remember in my Telegram community, I mentioned I'm getting out at 94.90 area, 94.80 area. Now this is a little dicey. So if I have to try long, I would only try long above 95-ish area. So Baba, buy above 95. And because there's a small gap, which I think should be fine. The stop loss should be 93. Either buy near 93 or buy above 95. Should be looking at 97, 99. Baba is ready. 97.3, 99.7, 60%. If dips, buy it. Needs to clear 95, which is 38.2 Fib. And now you can see the importance of 38.2 Fibonacci level. So whenever you have built your charts, you know this level is coming. You exactly know when to book profits. You do not have to worry about anybody else. That's the whole concept. Meta, I'm totally wrong on Meta for last so many days. It is just breaking out, and out. Like I have not seen a single stock like this in the past 8 months. Straight line up, straight, like from 88 to 309. That's almost like 350%. That's really massive move on Meta. And it has not even for a day lost the 12 EMA. Just one, it's here, and then just hanging on. That I am really skeptical on how they are going to put their numbers this time around, but we are in a massive squeeze. Maybe gap fill, which was due. The gap, this was done. Let me see. Let me add a gap fill here. Just so it in dark blue line. The gaps were there. Guys, give me 1 second. I think I'm messing up something. I just want to see if there are gaps. Yes, this gap is there. The gap towards 317. I think tomorrow that gap will be filled. Tomorrow the gap should be filled. And once the gap is filled, I think then it should be fine. Then I think it should be fine. Yes. So gap needs to fill on Meta. The Meta is positive. Let's make the blue color to green. Just buy Meta wherever it opens. Buy 309. Gap is 316.75 and the Fibonacci is 320-ish area. 321. Stop loss, like in this kind of state, the stop loss is really going to be crazy. 306. It's not a default study. Microsoft. So let me just remove Gap Finder and then okay. So Microsoft. So Microsoft is similar consolidation. We need 338. 338. Once we clear, we should be really good. Okay. So Microsoft, we need to buy above 338, which was the resistance. I think tomorrow, if we cross that, it's set up for a big move. Stop loss is 336, which is the 12 EMA. So I'm going to keep this in blue line. My target should be today's high, which is 341.65. And then I think previous high should give me some resistance. 341.50. 345. Netflix. It's one of my favorite setups going into the earnings. Exactly same structure. We have so much consolidation happening. This is the same structure we have in Tesla. So consolidation, bull flag, we just need a breakout. We just need to see whether it can really do some consolidated move. If you look at Heikin Nishi, it's showing a green candle and it's like, I'm getting ready. What we need is we need to cross 447. Once we clear 447, we should be good. Okay. We should be looking for really good numbers on Netflix. Again, I'm going to add some new levels so that we can have much more clarity. Because these numbers are there, but it's better to add new. Same logic. Go to the 12 EMA last tested on the EMA before the high move. Come down right there. Once we clear 446.46, that's a good sexy number, 46.46. I love these kind of numbers. Stop loss 444. Again, a good stop loss. 457, 468. Well flagged. Ready. NVIDIA. NVIDIA is one thing which I'll simply copy this. I think nobody on earth can sell NVIDIA. It's so bloody strong. It's the same consolidation breakout, looking for a massive move. Again, I need to draw some new levels. So I'll start from here, go to the top, come down here. If we cross this 436 is a really good stop loss. Now I should be loading at 456. NVIDIA 456. 473. You can call me mad, you can call me anything, but this is what is happening. So I cannot ignore it. Bull flag breakout on daily. Like everything is bull flag. So 435.50 by above previous high 440. Targets are good. Everything is good. Shopify is same setup. I have mentioned people to manage this position. This is the consolidation which happened. I think we are setting up a good move again. So again, I'm going to do the same extensions. So let me just do cancel Fibonacci, start from here. Go to the top, come to the low point, and then see what's happening. We broke out 32.8 Fibonacci. So 65.50 is our stop loss. 65.15 is our stop loss. Should 66.50, I think we are already there. 68.70. These are all bull flag breakouts. Shopify is my blue color, 70%. Like I have Amazon, AMD, Microsoft in blue color, but 60%, but Shopify, it's 70%. I don't want to do snow, so let me delete snow. Let's keep it until 18. So then we have PayPal, EYPL. PayPal coming back to test 38.2 Fibonacci. So if it is holding that, we should see 74 to 77. Stop loss is 70, buy near 70.5 to 71, 73.80, 77.30. PayPal is one stock which is setting up for a really massive move and gap fill. Then Roblox, I have mentioned Roblox in the last few days and told you that every time it comes around 30, look at this massive consolidation. It's an inside day. It needs to cross 44.75. If it does, buy 50 strike calls for next week. I'm just giving you a trade right now. If it opens and crosses 44.75 by 50 call strikes, and you will see the magic of breakout. It's inside. It has filled the gap, which was the big massive gap which was created. It has filled. And now after the consolidation, boom, up. It almost came back and back tested, right? The consolidation area. Good setup. Breakout is ready. 43 is there. So Roblox stop loss is 43. Buy near 43.50 to 44. Not 43. Target is 44.75. If it cross 44.75, I am telling you this time it will not stop. It will go to hit 48. I'll talk about UNH in the end. FSLR has already broken out. The FSLR, ENPH, they already broke out. So we need to figure out whether there's still anything left or not. Last one is everyone's hot favorite, Tesla. Tesla is making a ascending flag. Like it's coming back, tested this. It's like still in the inside day, has filled the gap. So Tesla has earnings next week, so does Netflix. So if it loses 265, then I would say something is bad. But if it holds 265, there's regression channel. I think every time it does that, it bounces really strong from there. So the yesterday high was 270.9, today's low is 270.199. So there's a gap of $1 almost. Not yet. Coin will talk. Coin Saptaj. Wait. Once I do finish all this, we'll talk about Snap. I do not trade Snap, so I have no comments. So here, tomorrow, if we hold 272 on Tesla, 272 by above 275-ish, we should see $280 and $291. Again, with the Tesla, I'm 50-50 because I'm not sure what's happening with Tesla. It is not showing that kind of strength. Sell below 271. Stop loss for short, I'll keep very small, 272. I see 267, 265. It's holding this area. Aditya, like we can talk about BA all day, every day, but BA is a. Let's talk about that. So I'm done. So I'm going to share the Zoom link. Come over there and then we'll talk about all the tickers which you're mentioning. Okay, let me share the Zoom link. Do join. If you're not joining, I'm not going to talk about your tickers. I want people to interact, and if you're not interacting, then I'm not covering it. Here is a Zoom link. Just come on the Zoom and we'll talk. We'll talk about every single ticker you want. Boom, the futures are up. 15,500, 45.18. Boom, 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 boom. Tesla regression channel, because Tesla has not made a move out of that regression channel yet. It needs to break and hold. Every time it breaks, it just comes back. See, it's trying. So if it breaks, sustain up to 291, I will take. I have a commercial Zoom account, KP. I allow people to join in for more than 1 hour. I pay for my account. All you need to do is you need to have a Zoom account. So if you're not coming, I'm not going to entertain any of these tickers. Hi, Hubert. You can unmute yourself and speak one by one.
Oh, hi, Naval. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Hubert.
Naval, I posted about UNH. It
Yes.
has been selling all week, and it's at the bounce zone.
This is UNH.
Correct.
This is 61.8 Fibonacci. Every single time it came here, it found the support. I am going long on UNH tomorrow into the earnings. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. If we lose 452, we should come back to 427. So let's do one thing. Let's go and check the flow for UNH, because I have not checked UNH flow. Today I was like totally occupied at my work, so I didn't have time. UNH 487 calls. Let's look at 487. 487, 487, 487, 487. That's it. You have your trade.
That's way out of the money, Naval.
That's what I'm telling you. 452, every time it comes 452, it just bounces. See, this is in front of you. I'm not making this up. And then I went into the screen and checked the flow.
Okay.
It's in front of you. So if you want to take a risk, let's take a risk.
I will. I saw it and I was like, yeah, it may bounce, but it looks like a rounding top that may break down. So I just wanted to verify from you.
Let's check some other flows, because right now, as I said, 61.8 Fibonacci is really solid Fibonacci level. It's not easy to break down. Okay, and let's go back and look at the flow. Let's see how many puts. We only have puts of 457 which are being sold. $450 put is sold. I'm going long. I'm going to put like 2,000 on this.
Okay. Just a note, ER is before market open on Friday.
Tomorrow morning or Friday morning, right?
Friday morning, yes.
Yes. So I'm all set. I know what I need to do.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
And if you don't want to trade UNH, go for Humana.
Yes, everything dropped. Humana, CI, ELV, they all dropped today. Big.
Yes.
Just
and
like
that's where they create panic and you lose your position. Once you lose your position, they'll make it up. All
awesome.
right.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
No problems. Yes, RS, go ahead. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Hey, Naval, are you able to hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay. So since the Bitcoin is rising up, actually, what is your idea about Square?
I didn't get your question.
Square, like SQ?
Square with Bitcoin.
Yes.
I don't see a really good move. It used to work with like Bitcoin. It was like in 2020, 2021, it used to follow Bitcoin, but not anymore.
Oh, okay.
Square is breaking out because Visa, MasterCard, PayPal have to break out. They're going to post really good numbers. So Square should move higher, and it has actually moved higher from 58 to almost 72.
Okay. Can you check the chart if you don't mind? Like,
I can check the chart for Square. Yep, from 69, 38.2, it almost came to 73, and now it's holding back. Maybe it will do a back test at around 70-ish area and then move. Once it clears 73, 77, 60 is the number.
okay. Okay.
It has filled the gap today. And
Okay.
that's why it got like profit booked. But it's good. Good. It's like inverted head and shoulders for now.
Okay.
It just need to break 73.
Got it. Okay. So we can get calls after 73. Is that right?
It's better to buy calls at around 70-ish area.
Okay.
So that you have longer. See, it's like if you have a spring, you push it down. The more you push it down, the more it goes. Same thing is here. If it brings down here, it will go crazy to 77 because it's not going to break 69 this time.
Okay.
It will hold 69. Again, it depends on your risk profile. If you want to enter here, you can enter here.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Naval. Bye.
No problems. Yes, Nilesh bhai, go ahead.
Hey Neville, good evening. Hey, can you? I was thinking about taking a position in Intuit, INTU. Can you take a look at it?
I can look at it, but it's something which is really bad at option bets. Really, really bad.
Is it okay?
So even if you are able to enter, you have a position, like you will have. Let's show you. INTU. Look at the buyer seller gaps. More than $1 around.
Yeah, noticed that. Okay.
So it's something I usually avoid.
Okay.
Because problem
Yeah,
is, look at the volume in these. They're not liquid at all. So if you get stuck, there's the possibility you will lose entire money.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other setups. I was just looking at that because it looked like there was a breakout. So
Let's stick to Amazon. Let's stick to Amazon, Netflix, and that's it. That they should make us happy tomorrow.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's it. And I have your favorite UNH. I'm going to add it tomorrow, and let's ride it to the end.
I think so. I'm like really bullish on it. And if you looked at the CPI numbers from today, it didn't, like the medical care, it didn't go down as much as I was expecting. So
Exactly. And I just showed in the chart that 452 is a really solid area for UNH.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just want to cover. Do you have anything else, Nilesh bhai?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for these sessions. Appreciate it.
Let me just talk about BA. The whole shit about BA. BA needs to cross 219. I don't know how many years it will take.
I hate BA, by the way.
It's like fucking crazy on BA, but it needs to cross this 222, 223 area. Once it crosses, I am going to put like everything in my account onto BA. Because when it runs, it runs. It doesn't stop.
I've never been able to make money on BA. I don't know why. That's the one stock that I always end up losing. And I have good setups too. So
let's look at, because next week or maybe next week it has earnings. Let me just check. When is the earnings for BA? 726. Let's look at the option of 728. 220 is $5. Open interest. Let's look at the BA calls. T30 calls are coming. Finally, T30 calls are coming. This is a massive sell. 190 put, 200 put, 190 put. And usually these are the puts for today, so I'm fine. But these are the puts for August. It looks good to me.
yeah.
You just add 50 lakhs. Yeah, I'm more than happy on the long side. Would be.
But as long as it crosses 222, right?
No, I'm gonna put some amount for 225 calls.
Oh, okay.
Like yesterday, when I was adding it to 11, I knew that every other industrial is moving. It should move, but the moment I exited, it ran, and it ran all the way to 221. But somehow I managed to add a 216, 217 area, so it's okay. So other tickers which we had was Snap. I don't do it. Coin. Sartaj, go ahead, man. You can speak. Like we're not able to hear you. Coin is struggling at 61.8 Fibonacci. It's an inside day, 88.5. it was struggling, and I would show you a dark pool on coin which came around that number. Dark. There was a number on the dark pool. Why it's not showing here? Dark pool for coin is right there. That's weird. I saw the dark pool. I don't know why it's not showing it, but there's a dark pool right there. So if it holds 86 tomorrow, we should be fine. We should be fine on Square, not Square, coin. Once it crosses 88, 98 is the number. Then Moneydeep, I like right now we should jump onto the stocks which are moving. So let's move on to them. FSR, Aditya.
Hi, Noel.
Hi.
It looks like I've been in only stocks which are in gap. So I did PayPal, which was good. Can you take a look at DE and CAT? DE is like big bearish engulfing today. Not sure why.
I am not even looking at DE because like when the other tickers are doing fine, it's a bearish engulfing. Yes. What
Look at
was
double top? Oh, sorry, M pattern. I mean, not for tomorrow.
M pattern will happen once it fills the gap at 387. Then it will be something like this, and then it can go down. Right now, I just see a back test. It's a bearish engulfing.
Tomorrow, yeah, tech is strong, so better be with that.
That's why I'm saying there's no point jumping onto DE for now.
CAT is also in gap. Just calling it out.
See, they will. CAT is like 252. It's going to hold 252. I think few months back, I showed everybody around 270 calls for CAT. They were like 8 or 9 cents for August. Let's look at that. There was open interest on CAT. I still remember. I don't know whether you guys remember or not. 818, 270 calls. 260, 270 calls. See, there's the 7,500.
Yeah, it is already in gap. It still has room to run.
It will run. 7,500 open interest was there. And they were at that time around 80 to $1.
Right.
So now it's already like 6.5 to 7.5. I still see market has to go higher. Apple, Microsoft may not move that much higher, but now with new, what you call weightage, the other stocks will move higher, and that will push all these companies more. So do not underestimate them. But yes, they are, you need to be in them. Like they do usually gap up and they sustain those gaps. Like Caterpillar, it will open and will simply run in initial 5 minutes. And you will wonder what happened to it. By the time you will enter, it will it's like done for the day or made it stop. So tomorrow is Thursday. Usually Caterpillar runs on Thursday. So is Netflix. So I am more inclined towards Netflix.
Naval, last question. JPM earnings, do you...
I am not doing JPM earnings.
Okay.
It's really difficult because that will show something which everybody is anticipating. So I don't want to jump onto bank earnings. UNH, I'm confident. I shared my view. JPM, I have no clues.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Hey, Neville, can you look at Costco? That was the other one that I was following today.
Costco rallied.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to run up a little bit more. So I just wanted to kind of get...
It backtested 12 EMA and then bounced.
Yeah.
So 537. They need to announce a price hike. I'm just waiting for that. Membership price hike. They should do an increase on that. I don't know when they're going to do it, but they should. Even after the bad sales, we saw the evening star didn't fructify. Now, if we cross 542, I think we have some potential on this.
Yeah, I was thinking 565. It actually could go all the way up to 580. So
I will like go step by step.
Yeah.
553 is 61 resistance. So, and that's I think all-time high as well. So 565 is there.
Right.
So I would go 553 first, and then if it crosses 576, yes.
so if it opens up tomorrow at like 542, it's a good buy.
It's a good buy, yes.
Okay.
APE, I don't know this company. It's a penny stock. I don't care. I don't care if it's 100 million, 500 million, 5 billion, 5 trillion, whatever. I don't care about these kind of companies. It may open 10 times, like $11, $12. It doesn't matter because I'm not going to trade any of them. All right, guys, it's already 11:45 midnight. I have to sleep and get into office tomorrow. So thank you for joining in tonight. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thanks, Naval.
Thank you. Bye-bye.